Hello everyone, I'm Patrick and welcome to my channel. I will start with a small introduction about myself and the video. I'm a simple man at 28 years old who likes to play some casual CS2. I have around 1800 hours, of which around 1400 are from CSGO, and now on CS2 I have around 13k Premier. The main focus of this channel is to create a community where we can have fun together, learn, laugh, cry and also rage. I want to become better at the game, mastering basic and advanced concepts. Even if I casually play 1 or 2 matches a day, at the moment I want to make them count. From this reason, the first video of this channel was created with a 4 days training concept created by myself. Note, I would love your opinion on other trainings I can do. I am open to everything. As I just changed my $10 keyboard, mouse and mousepad with some new ones, I feel like my master memory is not used to this setup, so it is the perfect opportunity to start doing a lot of aim training in these 4 days. The training structure for each day will be 10 minutes of aimbots, 6 minutes of spray control on different guns. Mainly I want to focus on the ones I use the most, being AK, M4A4 and M4A1S, 10 minutes of fast aim reflex, 50 minutes of utility on different maps, 9 minutes of CS aim lab and 10 minutes of deathmatch. I will end everything with a premiere game and see the results afterwards. Before this short challenge, let's start with my stats. My guess is that on CS stats nothing will change, as the time is too short. Basically, I have 1.13 KD and 1.21 on HLTV with 52% win rate, 37% headshot and 84 ADR. On Litify, in the last 30 matches, I had 64 aim, 54 utility, positioning 44, duels minus 2.5 and clutching plus 16. With a head accuracy of 12%, time to damage 642 milliseconds and a crosshair placement of 9 degrees. In the first day, I could feel how awful my aim is. The flicks were slow, inaccurate, and as the mouse is a lot lighter, my reaction every time is to grab it with all my force, putting a lot of pressure on my wrist. Going straight forward to the spray control, my first pick was of course AK-47. My idea is to do a 3-minute training with around 10 bullets and afterwards another 3 minutes with 16 bullets. As I am not the best when it comes to the spray control, as you can see, I don't want to jump over 16 bullets, especially that in most cases you don't need the full magazine. What I've noticed is that when I try to grab the mouse to the left in order to control the spray, I drag it too much, even if I feel that I barely move the mouse. This increases a lot with the distance. Now on my least favorite map, fast aim reflex. And yeah, this is where everywhere kinda falls apart. No excuses, my tracking just isn't there. My crosshair doesn't feel smooth at all, it just panics. I overshoot, then overcorrect, and it turns into messy back and forth instead of a clean movement. It feels like I'm chasing the target instead of actually being in control. My mouse is flying all over the pad every fight, like I'm trying to force it instead of just letting it happen naturally. And no matter what, I'm always just a bit off, a bit too slow, a bit too wide, just missing that clean connection. What's annoying is that I can see what I should be doing, like mentally, I get it, but my hand doesn't keep up. It's like there's a delay between what I want and what actually happens. And yeah, this map really exposes that. On other maps I can rely on flicks or positioning, but here there's nothing to hide behind. It's just raw tracking and control. and if you don't have it, it shows immediately. Still, I guess that's kind of the point. As much as I hate it, it's probably the one I need to play the most. It shows exactly what I'm lacking. Every miss, every shaky adjustment, it's all just feedback. Doesn't make it less annoying though. I did not spend much time on utility, and honestly, I should. It's one of the things I kind of overlook, even though I know how important it is. I rely more on aim and just try to make things work in the movement, but that only gets me so far. I know if I actually put time into learning and practicing utility, it would make my games a lot easier. I just haven't been consistent with it, and it shows. A lot of the time, I go into rounds without having a real plan for my nades. I either throw something basic or just hold onto them. Then I watch better players, and they are getting so much value out of every smoke, flash or molly, and it just makes the game look easier for them. When it comes to aim lab, I try to fit as much as I can into those 5 minutes. Tracking, flicking, spray transfers, micro adjustment, a bit of everything. I kind of jump from one thing to another and try to get some more reps in for each. But the thing is, I don't really have a clear plan. I'm just practicing whatever comes to my mind in the moment, trying to cover everything quickly. When it comes to deathmatch, I'm not really a fan of it. Sometimes I just spawn and instantly get my ass cooked before I can even react to it. It can be pretty frustrating, especially when it feels like there's no flow, just constant random fights. At the same time, though, I can't really deny that it helps. Even if it's messy, it forces me to take a lot of jewels, react faster, and get more comfortable under pressure. I guess it's one of those things I don't like doing, but still need to keep in my routine. The premiere game felt honestly unreal. My aim was cleaner, everything just felt more under control and consistent. Even when things got close and we went into overtime, I didn't really lose that focus. And the best part is we actually won the game in the end. On day 2, I can't say I felt a huge change. I mean, miracles don't really happen overnight, but there was something there. My flicks felt a bit more controlled, a bit less random. Maybe it's just me getting more comfortable with the mouse, or maybe that hour of practice really did something. I was a bit tired going into it since I just got back from work, but weirdly enough my aim still felt sharper, like I had a bit more control overall. Even when tracking, not perfect, but definitely more manageable than before. For utility, I went with Mirage and started working on some instant smokes. Yeah, I know, I should have learned them earlier. It is what it is. It does feel a bit overwhelming trying to remember all those lineups at once, but I'm trying to keep it simple. If I can learn 2 or 3 properly and actually use them in a real match, I already count that as a win. I think that's the approach for now. Small improvements, keeping it realistic, and just building things up step by step. To my surprise, the deathmatch actually felt more fun this time. It was still pretty intense, but I felt a bit more in control. Coming into the premiere game, things went downhill pretty fast. After just 4 rounds, 2 of my dedicated teammates decided to leave, so we ended up surrendering. I queued up again, and in the next game, even though my mouse control felt a bit better, I started to realize how much I still need to work on my movement. So I think I found the topic of my next video. It's one of those things you don't fully notice until you are in an actual game. Even though I ended up with 1 KD, the game was actually really enjoyable. My team was playing well, everyone had a good energy and we managed to win while also having fun. Definitely a better experience overall. On day 3 and 4, I could actually feel some improvement. Not so much in my premiere games. I wasn't exactly a killing machine, maybe because I was focusing too much on my aim. But when it comes to training, everything felt more consistent, smoother, and honestly, a bit easier. But at the same time, it also started to feel kind of boring. Like the more consistent it gets, the less exciting it feels, even though I know it's working. To be fair, this training has definitely helped my aim a lot. The stats will show that. But realistically, I don't think I can keep doing 1 hour every single day and then still have time to play and work on other things like movement or pre-fire. So, I think a more realistic plan for me is to keep it simple and consistent. Around 50 minutes of training and maybe 10 minutes of smokes before I start playing. That feels doable and something I can actually stick for a long term. I also started to realize that consistency matters way more than intensity. Doing a little bit every day feels way better than going all in one day and then skipping the next. Even mentally, it's easier to get into it when I know it's just a short routine and not a full grind session. Another thing I noticed is that when I don't overthink it, I actually play better. The moment I start focusing too hard on every small movement, everything becomes stiff. But when I just trust the practice and play naturally, things flow a lot better. So yeah, I think the goal from now on isn't to force improvement, but to let it build over time. Keep it simple, stay consistent, and slowly add things like movement, utility without overwhelming myself. If I can stay disciplined with this routine, with even 50 minutes a day, I'm pretty sure the results will keep coming over time. Now that this challenge has come to an end, let's take a look at the results I got. I'll start with CS stats. Nothing really changed there overall, although I did manage to slightly increase my KD by 0.01. It's a small improvement, but it's still something. On Litify, however, it tells a different story. There's definitely more noticeable progress when you look at the overall performance and consistency. First, here's a screenshot with all the matches I've played over the last 4 days. And please, don't ask me how I managed to end up with 3 points on utility. Even if I tried, I probably couldn't do it again. But the aim, that's honestly the highlight. Seeing numbers like that feels a bit unreal. The highest being 89, the lowest, besides that 4-round game, around 68, and an average KD about 1.3. I'd say that's a solid step forward. It's not perfect, but clearly it shows that something is working. Now for my overall stats. On the top you can see where I started and below is where I am now. My aim jumped to 71, which is definitely the biggest improvement. Utility dropped a bit to 53 for some reason, and positioning sits at 52. I'm at minus 1.3 in opening duels and around 17 in clutching. Even my win rate increases to 53%, which is a nice bonus on the top of everything else. Overall, the aim is clearly the main takeaway here, while the other areas still need some work, especially the utility and decision making in certain situations. But considering this was only over a few days, it's a solid foundation to build on going forward. In the end, I would like to thank you for taking your time to watch everything. I'll definitely be doing more of this in the future as I keep working on my editing skills as well. And that's it. Bye.